Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ayi Nur Fazria Putri, student number 17411017. So today I would like to share my material which discuss about language, power, and pedagogies. So in this chapter, the author, Hilary James, explored the different theoretical underpinnings of critical literacy and how this theory has been applied into many different classrooms with many different contexts. So basically, this chapter is talking about all of the practices and all of the approaches that deal with critical literacy that maybe all of the teachers in this world may could apply into their own classroom and into their own context. There are 5 major points that I would like to elaborate, and actually those major points are the approaches of critical literacy itself. The first one, a history of theorist practice. That they are consists of critical literacy, critical language awareness, and social actions. The first, critical literacy, reading the word and the world. Literacy is simply teaching a student the skill necessary to reading, on how they are demand to understand that reading the word cannot be separated from reading the world, which means that the student must have the ability to read the text in active and reflective manner in order to have a better understanding about the power of inequality, injustice, and human relationship. Like the illustration that I have read in the book, reference book, the illustration is about in justice, in the justice. So there is an invitations that says, join us for our annual event, school barbecue. The invitation says our, but it doesn't really mean everyone could join or must join in this annual event. It's the word our is only for you and me who loves to eat meat. It doesn't mean that someone who vegans are forced and must join in this event. It doesn't mean it doesn't work like that. It doesn't mean like that. So this is how the critical literacy works, on how the word can include and exclude the people, on how the pronoun can include and exclude the people. So that is the critical literacy. And then the second one is the critical language awareness. As a part, it is as a part of language education teaches students on how to analyze the language and the language that they use and the other use. So the illustration is, if you have a immigrant student come into your class and he or she can speak English, can speak English, then you as a teacher have to remind them the language awareness that they have to speak. For example, English. Then you have to make a planning for them to on how, or trigger them to speak in English, such like you do a conversation with them using English and ask them to write a simple paragraph about their hobby, about their passions, and so on and so forth using in English. So this is can improve their critical language awareness. And the last about the theory is social actions. Social works. This is a social works practice that which is to make realize of social justice and empowerment, to bring out a change in social system. The illustration is like in the book. The teacher asks the student to observe about how many trees that you see in the street, and then by tomorrow the student come and share the observations that there are only one or two trees that in the street that they have seen, and then the teacher asks the student to make an reportations to the local authority to make to plant more trees in the streets. And so that is the social actions means and illustrations. And then that's all the history of theories practice, and we are moved into the second one. So the second one is about the linguistic approaches to critical literacy. But before that, all of the examples of the work in critical literacy that I've mentioned before, it shows to you that on how the student can positions themselves as the social changing, that they can be a better person, that they have to see the world into the with a better versions. And this is required the student that they can practice and contribute to solving a problem that they are seeing this world. So let's move into the second one. Like I told you, linguistic approaches to critical literacy. There are critical linguistic, critical discourse analysis, critical language awareness, and critical applied linguistic. So what the approaches to the field discussed in this section share is profound understanding, respect of the power of word. So the power is signaled by critical. So it means that the power in here is mean critical. What we are discussed from the very first place is about the word. The word is critical. The first one is critical linguistic. So this critical linguistic is focused on linguistic choices in speech and writing and their effect, which means that you have to concern in making sentence or speech, because you have to choose a word that which is suitable whether for you and someone you talk to or the reader. And then you have to consider all of the factor about whether you want to talking too much, or you only talking about the point of the conversations. This is the critical linguistic. And also the critical discourse analysis, which focus on how these choices are affect and make choice and the process and the social condition in which texts are being created and produced. And the third one is the critical language awareness, like I've told you in the very first place, and this is the simple explanation, is a classroom applications of this theory to teaching. Like I've told you that we have, as a teacher, have to trigger our student to being aware of the language that we are use. And then the last is critical applied linguistic, questions of the normative assumption of the whole play file of linguistic, as well as the consequence of these assumptions. And the third approaches is multimodal critical literacy. This approach is to kind of approach to literacy that will ask us to examine and meaning making in an age in terms of visual media. For photography, for example, the power you can see the power of photography can change the way we are thinking about something. The power of editing, for example, they can edit some photo, and then we will think that differently than what it is. I mean, like, the background can be manipulated, and some particular item or object can be manipulated as well. So this is the these approaches. You can ask your student to bring one of the photo or photography, then they can do whatever they want, whether they want to crop it or edit, and then you talk and tell to your student that the power of editing can change or can manipulate the paradigm of society. And then the fourth is space and place in critical literacy. This approach is demand the student to not only being a consumption but also a productions, which means that the student not only being someone who only read the meaning, but also they have to create another meaning of some context. And the last is the relevance for classroom practice. Critical literacy educator teach their student on how to engage with the way in which meaning is produced, and on how resist meaning and the benefit from the expense of others. And in their classroom whether in the classroom reading, writing, or comprehension, they have to put work and make a difference by being linked to ways of being, doing, and following something or context. Yeah. So those all are the explanations of the approaches that the teacher could apply into their own classroom. This chapter has suggests the way of working critically with the both consumption and the production of meaning, that in hope that teacher could apply this into their classroom practice. Maybe that's all that I can explain. I do apologize if there is any misinformations and a lack of my explanations. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.